What's up, guys? Honalist50 here, bringing you Fairytail Final Season Anime Review, Episode 288 and 289 review. Like I said in my Goblin Slayer review, anyone who watches that, I've been busy this past 2.5 weeks, thanks to the holidays and vacations and stuff like that and work. So, I basically haven't really dropped any videos this month, except for the one this morning and one in the beginning of December, the Dr. Stone manga review, but other than those, I haven't really dropped any, so I apologize for that. But, you know, things happen in life, and it's a holiday, so, of course, there's going to be less posting, of course. But, let's just get into these two episodes. First, episode 288. Loved the episode. I felt like I was rereading the manga panel, the manga chapters, but in an anime format. It was just so beautiful. Like, they had added everything. And I don't think they took away or added to the episode. I think it was just straight, like, manga panels back to back, but, you know, in fruition. You know, it's anime, it's not a panel of drawing, so. But, it starts off with, you know, Zeref about to kill Makaraj, or try to kill him. And Mist steps in and teleports, and gets him and teleports out. And Zeref was, like, happy, because they're like, oh, wow, yay, Natsu's here. And of course, Mist goes back and he tells them, oh, Zeref is here. And they find out that Zeref is also named Spriggan. He's both. Zeref the Black Wizard and Spriggan the King, Emperor of the Emperor, I forget the name of the empire, but the hour of his empire. There you go. He's their king, Spriggan, but at the same time, he's the Black Wizard Zeref. So, you know, he got both those identities. And if you read the manga, even though those are his two main aliases, he does have other nicknames, but they don't really specify what those are. But those are the only main two we need to worry about right now. Is the Black Wizard Zeref and the Spriggan King. And they thought that they got away scot-free because Mist used up all his teleport to get away from Zeref after he got Makaraj. And, you know, the Fairytail, you know, the people that are there, Natsu, Wendy, and them, you know, the main five, and Hum 6, because Mist is there, they are there with the Master, happy and having their moment. And they think they're safe, because they teleported far away from Zeref's kingdom, in the outskirts. But to their surprise, we see a very unique character pop up. And we see, his name is, I'm probably butchering his name, but I believe it's Jalil. He has sand magic. A very interesting person. As we can tell from his personality is a little, I guess you can say, wicked, in a way. Like, I don't know how to really put it, but I say he's one of those people that he's always smiling and laughing, but you know he's not up to any good at all. Kind of like Carnage from Spider-Man, how he's always laughing and smiling, but his intent is always to hurt people and do malicious things to people. Well, it's kind of the same thing for this guy, but yeah, it was funny because he got there and he threatened them and they was gonna fight, but Makaraj was like, no, he's too strong for us. So Ezra was like, let's retreat, we have a mobile reel, let's get on it and jet off. So they did, and you know, we all thinking, especially the Fairytail group, oh, there's no way he's gonna catch up because Ezra's driving a magic mobile reel, and you know that runs off your magic. The stronger you are, the faster it is, and the more magic you put into it, the faster and stronger the machine is. It takes away your magic, which is your life force, at a bad cost, but that's basically the premise of what happened, or of how it should have happened. But to their surprise, a giant sand golem arrives out of nowhere, and we find out that Gajel, or Jalil, I should believe his name. His name sound like Gajel almost from Fairytail, so it's almost the same, but it's like the Arabic version, not the Japanese version. So, you know, Gajel in Japanese mean, I believe, hard steel, and this guy, his name is Jalil, which is sand. So, but if you look at the Araz Empire, a lot of it has to do with like Eastern names, but not in Japanese Eastern, but more like Mid-Asia, Persian, and Hindu type of names, base, or Arabic, I should say. So, but basically he's chasing them down in his sand golem, and Michael Rogers is worried because he's like, this guy's gonna catch us. Then we see Lucy go up on the car, and Gray's with her as well, and they both use their new magic. Gray uses silver ice / magic, and he cast silver, which put the whole thing on ice. And Lucy turned to her star dress, and the star dress that she picked, which is one of my favorite ones, is Satoru, I believe his name is, the half horse, half human, the archer. She turned into, she had that dress on. Looked it pretty cool. That's one of my top 3 favorite dresses. That and Loki's and Aquarius. Those are my top 3. But putting that to the side, she shot down all the sand creatures that were following, and Gray put him on ice, which we thought that was gonna stop him, but we found out he just turned to sand. He's kind of like the sand version of Julia. He turned into sand and went through the ice and just continued to follow them until he made like a really big sand burial, like sand trap, and he sunk them in. And Natsu like burned it and punched him in the face and sent him flying. And he started smiling a bit more, saying, "Oh, I haven't felt a good punch like that in a good while." And Michael Rogers is like super worried. He doesn't want his kids to fight them because he knows how strong these guys are. But at the same time, he's highly impressed how strong his kids has grown. And this guy, Ja, for short, or Joe, I believe they call him for short. But in long story short, he made like a sand tsunade, or I should say typhoon. But it came and it was gonna swallow the whole area up. Of course, he's made of sand, so it wouldn't hurt him, but it would kill everybody else. So Magaraj turned into a giant, and he squeezed all his kids and made like a ball to protect them so he can die, but they'd be all right. But luckily that didn't really get to happen because a lightning strike, the tidal wave. I'm sorry, I said tsunade. This is more like a tidal wave of sand, but he got struck by lightning, and we saw Luxus, and he's on top of this weird aircraft, and we hear from the speakers of that aircraft, Gajo saying, "Hey guys, we're here to help, blah blah blah, Team B is back." And everyone in Fairytail is super shocked and surprised. And they told Mist to hurry up and use the remainder of his magic to teleport them all up to the ship. So he did. And Jalil told, Luxus, "Oh, you're running away." And Luxus' response was just so beautiful. It was like, "Oh, we running away? Oh no, we're not running away. Fairytail don't run away. But it's rude to also be late for dinner." And then he went like this, and his hand started glowing with electricity, and this really huge lightning bolt soaked the whole area where they flew off. And after the damage was done, we see Gajel like this, covering himself, like, to like take the attack, like he wanted to take it but block it at the same time. Block the attack like that position. But we found out that he has no scratch on him. And I thought at first, oh wow, he actually tanked it with no damage. But then we see another Spriggan 12 pop up, August. And he was like, Gajel told him, "August, did you put up a barrier?" He's like, "Yeah, because it's very sad if I would have lost the ally today." And then we saw him go from happy to really upset. And he was like, "Lose an ally? Are you saying that attack will finish me off? Oh man, yes, see now." And then they went back to the Fairytail, and they had a good time drinking and talking and reuniting and crying with each other and stuff like that. And we see the interaction, which is the most beautiful thing about Fairytail, is the interactions and how they interact. But going off that note, the episode 282 ends off with Natsu and Makaraj having the discussion about going to war with Alvarez. And he was like, "Who cares? We've done it before, and we've plenty of times, and we've been through trials and tribulations over and over. We're going to continue to fight for our family as long as we have breath." And everybody agreed, and Makaraj got happy. Then the first master appeared, and she told them, "It's time for you guys to learn about Gremlin Heart," or not Gremlin Heart, but Fairy Heart, which is Luminary Story. Even though Luminary Story is the cover-up name, the real name is Fairy Heart. And that's when the episode ends. Then we get 289, which that episode was a flashback episode. And this is a continuation. It's Master Maris telling people of the Fairy Tale girl about her flashback of what she's been through as a child and how she met Zeref and how her body was also cursed. The curse of, I believe, Amethyst, the god of death, which is the same curse that Zeref had. And basically, thanks to that curse, Makaraj, when his mom conceived him, because she was so happy and she felt a strong emotion of love for the child, her curse kicked in, killing somebody around, and it took Makaraj's mother, and that made her go insane, and she hid in the wilderness to try to get away from all life. And we see rabbits and birds and plants and living trees decoding and dying just by being around her, and she gets into this really sick depression. And then we see Zeref bumps into her, and this is information that we probably already knew for those who read the manga or those who seen the OVA, Fairy Tail Zero. You basically know most of this tragic story, but this is just some extra information. But again, like I said, she met Zeref, and Zeref was like, "Oh, you have this curse too, and you should be with me," and stuff like that. And then Marius noticed something weird, that when Zeref speaks, he says one thing, but then he says another, to contradict what he just said the first time. He says something about how I love to hate, but then I don't like to hate to love, and it's but it's just the opposite of what you just said. And then it was he made an empire for peace, but he wants to use that empire to cause war, and it's now I'm paraphrasing those two parts, but they're not exactly what he says, but I'm not going to write down all on my notes everything he says, or that's the whole episode technically, but a half episode I should say. But that was the other part of the discussion, and she felt bad for him, and she realized that he's going cuckoo off the edge with how long he had this curse. He had it for hundreds of years. Mary only had it for 10. So there's a big difference that will break you down no matter how smart you are. So Mary, even though she's super smart, she was kind of broken down and depressed about it. Not as bad as Zeref, but she was. But when she noticed Zeref like this, she hugged him and she tried to, tell him everything will be okay. I'll be with you. Let's go on this journey together since we're both cursed and stuff like that. And it was basically more of a Romeo and Juliet type of thing with these two. But instead of their family hating each other and wanting to kill each other, it's more like they curse, and what they both loved and what they wanted is what's affecting them not to be together. Pretty sad thing, really, when you sit down and think about it. The tragedy these two have went through. I mean, Maria's life in Fairy Tail Zero, for anyone who's seen the OVA season, which, by the way, is canon, her life was not an easy one. And even when she got older and she met friends and she was traveling around, she was still going through struggles and stuff like that. Not to mention, this was the time around the Guild Wars, World War I and II, so that made things even worse. Because Marius is not a killer, and she's not into that, but she had to participate to save her people in our country, so yeah, things were very hard. But that was basically episode 288 and 289. Two very good episodes. Can't wait for the next episode, 290. That episode is going to be very great. But yeah, again, I want to apologize for this 2 episodes being late. Like I said, work and then the holidays are around, December. Now we're in January, so now I can go back to my regular routine. But don't worry, I haven't quit my YouTube channel, and I am going to review the things I always reviewed, manga, anime-wise. And soon I will probably make an update video of what new things I might want to add to the channel, since we're, about to hit spring, and there's going to be a lot of good things coming around. Mainly the 2 main things I want to start to review is Dr. Stone and Promised Neverland. I know their anime is coming out soon. But then Promised Neverland is the beginning of this year, for summer or spring. And then for the winter, it should be Dr. Stone, if I'm not mistaken. But that will be another video for another time. But please like, comment, share, subscribe. Tell me your thoughts down below. Tell me what you liked about these 2 episodes and what you didn't like about these 2 episodes. Down in the comments, tell me the guy with the same abilities. Tell me his name, because I'm trying to look for it in my notes, but I can't find it. I know I wrote it down somewhere, but I know it sounds like Gajo, but it's not. I think it's Jalil, or Agile, something like that. But yeah. But other than that, that's all I have for you guys today. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.